What's going on? This is Coach Marcus Pro Fan Talk. And of course, we're going to watch a little film getting ready for the Super Bowl, watching the Kansas City Chiefs. And in these particular clips, I am looking at the sets and what they do. Specifically, I'm trying to locate where is Travis Kelce and where is Xavier Worthy. That's what we're trying to figure out. And we can kind of see what they do and how they operate. So let's get right to it. I only got 6 plays clipped out, but this gives you a gist of what Kansas City can do for you. And the one thing that I figured out is it's not about getting a man open. It's about getting the space to get somebody open. So for instance, right here, what I want you to do is look at the space in the middle of the field, right around where the Chiefs logo is, the backside of it, just the backside of that K, the backside of the K back there, and behind it. Now watch how this plays out. Right there. Now, on this particular play, what I think is somebody went in the wrong direction. Now, normally Kelce is the go-to guy. So I'm assuming, and I don't know if I am correct, but I am assuming that the other receiver went the wrong way, ran the wrong route, because you got 2 people in basically the same space. So if he keeps coming across, they're both going to be trying to get to the ball. But in this particular case, Kelce sits right down in the middle on that left hash, and he's wide open. But look at the space around him. Watch what happens. Watch what happens with the linebacker in the middle, right? Worthy comes over. So now they got trips to the left. So who's got who? Now you got both these linebackers kind of sitting flat-footed, and Kelce goes right by him. And then look at that zone in the middle. You see the linebacker in the middle, but look at that open zone right behind him. And you got 2 wide receivers actually going into it. That's why I said they're going in the same spot. So I don't know who was wrong on this, but you know, Kelce is the one that gets the ball. Kelce sits it right on that left hash, and the other guy sits it on the right hash, and both of them are pretty open. If that guy splits that safety in the cornerback on his side, that safety is probably going to follow, and Kelce gets that ball and can probably keep on going across the field. But I don't know what their routes was. All I know is it's a whole lot of space in the deep middle of that field. Right there. They're in the same spot. Watch it one more time. Watch the space that's in the middle of that field. Watch what the linebackers do. Both of them engage Kelce, and they leave him alone. And that middle is wide open. Now this one, you got twins. You get a gun right, twins right. Now Kelce is on the outside, right? So basically, he would be your X receiver down here on the bottom. And he goes in motion, and now he's inside. Now, the thing about that is that's going to put Kelce, he's going to be guarded by the linebacker. And that's the mismatch that you want. You want Kelce guarded by a linebacker because he's going to win those types of battles most of the time. So watch him come in motion, and then watch what he does. Comes out for the flats, double move, and now he goes on the wheel route, like a shallow wheel route, and he's challenging that linebacker. Now, that's a good play by the linebacker and not so great a throw by Mahomes. But if you run that 10 times, I'm going to give Kelce the benefit of the doubt, 8 of them. Maybe that linebacker makes a play twice out of 10 times. So that's a good route. I just don't think it was a good ball. But again, watch the double move. He comes inside. The DB is now on that outside receiver because this guy right on the numbers, he becomes the X receiver because he's the outside guy. Kelce goes inside, so that means they got to switch coverage, and that linebacker is guarding him. That's the mismatch they want. That's why I say sometimes when you shift or when you put somebody in motion, depends on who's that outside guy, that becomes the inside guy. What if that was Xavier Worthy out there and Kelce was on the other side? Let's just say Kelce and Xavier Worthy swap places. and Xavier Worthy motions to the inside, and now that linebacker's got somebody like Xavier Worthy. That's a problem. And that's the type of mismatches that you want to get when you send people in motion, when you shift, all of that moving around. That's the purpose. And in this particular situation, you got Kelce inside, guarded by a linebacker. I'll take those odds. Outside, decent coverage by the linebacker, too. All right, they're backed up a little bit. They're on their own 10-yard line, 11-yard or 11, 12-yard line coming out, right? Yeah, this is 1st and 10, so it must have been after a punt. Now you got a bunched formation, right? And you got 2 tight ends on the left. You got 2 tight ends on the left, so everything is set up for it to be a run. Run left, because that's where your strong side is. But watch what happens. Look at that's Xavier Worthy at the top. Look at the cornerback guarding him. He's 8 yards off the ball. So it looks like a run left, but when you got that much space with somebody as fast as Xavier Worthy, they are creating space. So maybe they run the ball, maybe they don't. But to me, this is the same way as if you would pitch your running back outside. You get the ball outside as quick as possible, and you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers and let them make plays. And watch what happens. Okay, so you got a 7-yard gain. Mahomes doesn't even plant his feet. He just gets the ball out of there as quick as possible. That's faster than the pitch. So now, that's faster than the pitch. You take one step back, get it to the man on the outside. So now you got your fastest player with the ball in his hands in space on the numbers. And pursuit is not even close to being there. So all he has is one man to beat. So even though the momentum takes him outside, he doesn't really have time to make a move. He's just trying to beat him outside, but that's a 7-yard gain. This is no different than a pitch play. Everybody's on the offense's left side. So you got Xavier Worthy one-on-one, and the cornerback is 8 yards off. That's how you create space. Take what the defense gives you, and that's exactly what they do. 8 yards off the ball, the fastest man on the field. Seven-yard gain on 1st down. Now you at 2nd and 3. If you were to turn around and pitch it to the running back, he gets the ball in his hands probably on the hash, on this hash right here. But because you throw it in the same space of time, in the same span of time, Xavier Worthy's going to get the ball out here. And they're chasing. Get your ball to the playmakers in space and watch what happens. All right, now we at the conference championship game against Buffalo. Now watch, Kelce's going to motion to trips. They like this set. They start out with in twins, somebody motions, and then you got trips on one side or the other. This time it's Kelce. Sometimes it could be Hollywood Brown. Sometimes it's going to be Xavier Worthy. Here we go. Okay, now you in trips, right? Again, look at this. He is, okay, 6 to 7 yards off, but you still giving Travis Kelce a whole lot of space. And what do? They throw it right to him. He's going to back up. This is a screen pass to Kelce. I think he ends up dropping this, but you see what they're trying to do. They create space and throw it to where they ain't. And again, now, Damar Hamlin is not the best cornerback in the world, so you attack the weakness. Why are you going, and even looking at the up top, why are you going to have your 2 best receivers being played off the ball? You give them that much room. This is 2nd and 5. comes in motion. Now you got trips left, got gun right, trips left, and watch Kelce. Watch Kelce right here. There you go. He drops it. All right, we got an empty set. Empty set, trips left. You got twins up top. You got trips down at the bottom. It looks like Kelce's on the inside. Kelce's right here. Xavier Worthy is at the top, and the cornerback is 7 yards off the ball again. Where do you think they're going to go? You got, I think that's a running back down at the bottom. They're not going to concern themselves with the running back, right? And look up top. Wow, watch what they do. Double move, gone. This was the contested play. This was the controversial play where it should have been incomplete because the ball did hit the ground and they were both wrestling for a ball. This is a situation where 24 should have got his hands on the ball and that should have been a pick. He was a step too late. Take advantage of the opportunities you get. Mahomes was in trouble, threw the ball while he was being tackled to avoid the sack. Buffalo should have had this pick. This is a missed opportunity. This is what I talk about. If the safety gets his hands on this ball, that's a wrap. That's a turnover. And you get no points out of this. And they had the opportunity to get it. To me, this is no different than that play against LA with Isaiah Rodgers when he tried to cradle the ball and the guy from LA took it from him. This is the same thing. 34's got to get his hands in position, high point the ball, and take it from the wide receiver. Defense should have had a pick. This is a drop pick, and you missed an opportunity. And what happens after this play? Kansas City ends up scoring. Got to take it. You got offense and defense. You got to take advantage of the opportunities you get. Double move, good move by the receiver, good throw. All right, this is the last one. Again, they motion to a tight trips formation. They love trips, whether it's tight, whether it's wide, whether it's bunched. I got this in my notes as a motion to tight trips left. Worthy sets up the pick perfectly. So watch Xavier Worthy. He's going to motion down to from the top to the bottom. Here he comes. Now they're in a tight group. That's that triangle that we saw on my last film study. They get in this formation and watch Xavier Worthy. He's the inside guy, and basically he sets up a pick for the outside guy. The outside guy is going to drag shallow right across the field. And who was that? Number 5. He going to get caught up in traffic. And basically this is a rub route. And they ran it perfectly because Kelce goes right up at Damar Hamlin and starts blocking him. So it makes it kind of look like a screen is coming his way, and he stays there. And number 5 has to go around that block, and it creates a whole bunch of space, and that wide receiver is gone. Again, create space and let your playmakers do the work. Once again, this is a short pass. Look at that. Turned it into a big play. Ran it perfectly. Kelce takes 3 steps and stops. Number 5 never can recover. Now this is a late throw, kind of a late throw by Mahomes. Just imagine if number 5 gets that ball right here. Just imagine what happens if he gets that ball right on the logo. He got all of that space over there and ain't nobody going to catch him. Maybe 34, the safety can get him, but that ends up becoming a big play. But because this ball comes out just a tad bit late, he runs out of room. And he runs out of room to make a move on that safety. But again, great play design by Kansas City, setting up space for this rub route. And number 5 is beat badly. The one thing about Kansas City is going to space you out, right? Because they're trying to get the ball to either Kelce or Xavier Worthy. But they're going to take what the defense gives them. So if the cornerback is 8 yards off Xavier Worthy, Mr. 4-2, 4-1-2, if you're going to play 8 yards off of him, throw the ball quick and let him make a play. And that's what they do. They use the spacing to their advantage, and they use the fear and respect that Xavier Worthy demands because he's that fast. Nobody wants to get the top taken off on him. That's why they playing so far back, and that just creates space, and Kansas City uses it correctly. Now, this is going to come into play because Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, CJ Gardner-Johnson, our whole secondary, Slay, they are going to get tested. They are going to get tested because they have to be able to deal with this speed over the top. The same way teams and defenses have to respect Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. If one of them two ain't in the game, it changes how people play us. The same way here with Kansas City. You got to worry about Kelce and you got to worry about Xavier Worthy. But I have supreme confidence that Vic Fangio is going to have the boys ready. Go Birds.